Welcome to What the Heck's, your source for Warhammer Underworlds. In under 30 games of Underworlds played at Adepticon, but not by very much. I'm your host, Phil, and joining me, all of our intrepid adventurers who headed on over to Milwaukee to play in the wonderful events over at Adepticon. We've got Brian. How you doing, Brian?
What's up? Doing well.
We have Skylar.
I'm unearthing treasures with Zondar's Griftbreakers.
Ooh, very nice. And Zach. How you doing, Zach?
Good. Collected plenty of haunch this weekend.
Very nice. All right. So to give everybody a little bit of context, we are coming at you the day after Adepticon ends. That is March 30th here. And that's going to be our topic. We are going to talk all about the convention, not just about Underworlds, because it is a full 4-day convention for just all things miniatures.
Tabletop war games.
Yeah, tabletop war games. Real great event, real fun, and we having it right in our backyard. We love to talk about it, so that's what we're going to do today. But before we do, we have our normal community shout outs. I don't know, do you guys have anything you'd like to shout out from the community? I know you all have been a little busy traveling and such, so if not, that is
been
okay.
living under a rock for a little bit here, so nothing for me.
I don't know, like getting back and like catching up on everything else that's going on, because of course you can't experience everything at Adepticon. From the event, friend of ours who we met down in Chicago from Chicagoland, Kyle Dalton, was taking the best painted at the Underworlds events for a long time. And then he's been chasing that golden demon. He got his bronze for his category. He had the Blood Bowl. What are they called now? They're the Chaos Dwarves, but they're in Blood Bowl. They're not the Hashut guys from AOS, just the OG guys. So congrats to him. He also, I saw this, effectively got the Slayer sword equivalent for the MCP Asmodee Atomic Mass Games, whatever.
Yeah.
Painting competition over there. He got the Worthy, which is the Odin sitting in his throne trophy for a Spider-Man and Friends diorama he did.
Yeah, he's been doing good work in that system for a while. I know I've seen him win a couple of different things over the years. If you want to check out his stuff, that's Pale King Hobbies, I want to say. Yes, it is. So you can find him on Facebook. I don't know if he has a separate website, but you can definitely find links on Facebook and see images of everything. I'm sure on other socials as well.
Yep, and he was doing some painting courses as well, teaching them.
Yeah, and I know he's been running some private stuff, just normal like painting classes that you can, I think, even check out online. So,
I wanted to shout out to folks that came up to me at the con as well, kind of in the same vein. So Jimmy, who previously actually drove up to Madison to join us for one of our throwdowns, found me while I was playing in Brian's Titanicus event, and just asked how second edition was going, and just pretty much stopped to say that he misses Underworlds with all of us, but he's kind of moved on to other game systems, and it was really, really cool to just have that encounter out of nowhere. And similar thing happened with Rek was in from Path to Glory. He
nice.
Stopped up. Yeah, and again, somebody who had, came to our throwdowns at one point in time, but stopped to just make sure that he said hi. And that's always heartwarming. People may move on to different things, but whenever they touch back and say hi once again, that always just feels great. Happy to see them both.
Yeah. I heard plenty of tale of friends of mine and older friends who traveled to Adepticon in order to see and cross paths with people from yesteryear, and now we're running into the same thing. Yeah. Although I always ran into, the last 3 years, I ran into a old buddy of mine, Hans. I missed him this year, but it was a coincidence every time.
Just happenstance every year you'd run into
every year. It was
no planning.
He was the store owner's son when I started Warhammer back in 2008. And he's gone on, had kids, and now I've gone on and had kids. So that's the only time we crossed paths was at Adepticon by accident.
Well, maybe you can plan ahead next year.
Yeah.
But very cool. I mean, it's awesome that, you know, you can have this big gathering for people to come and play games and tournaments and things, but it really is a giant community event. And I think that is a worthy shout. If there isn't any other shout outs, I do have a quick note just to give a little bit of love to all the work that one of the folks that we are acquainted with from across the pond, Val, has been doing to sort of keep a community FAQ going to answer a lot of the questions that people frequently come up with that GW doesn't always get to. And I thought that this was a timely shout just because, you know, when we have these larger tournaments, it's often expected and nice to have answers to these types of things ahead of time. And sometimes we just don't have them. And so having something like this in the community that we can maybe just say, like, here's kind of what the community consensus maybe is, this is hopefully going to be how it works, is a really cool thing, and is a real labor of love to compile all that, put together answers with nothing but just your love of the game driving you to do so. So
yeah, it is no small task.
Yeah. So kudos
to Val.
Yeah. And we will definitely get a link on here for anybody who's interested to be able to see that. All right. Well, with all that said, I think we should also just give a quick shout. We are going to have a couple more of our own events that we'll be running later this year. I don't have the dates right in front of me, but we do have our Q2
June
event.
13th.
June 13th. It's a good one to keep in mind on your calendars because we do have golden tickets. So if you are able and interested in trying to win one to go to Spain, come on and join us over in Fitchburg, Wisconsin, playing at Noble Knight Games. Should be a lot of fun. And then Q3 is a little bit TBD, but usually we try to tie that into our larger podcast network's Mortal Realms Con. So
I believe that is also scheduled for the weekend of September 13th.
I believe so too.
That
right
is...
now, I don't know if I pitched this to each of you, but my harebrained idea, because like we like to keep it fun for Q3. And this year I was thinking Q3 stands for 3 decks, not 2, 3, like Nemesis pairings all brought together for 1 deck.
Oh, okay. So like a pseudo mini championship.
Yeah, why
version
not?
Of deck building. Yeah, why not? Obviously, we do not have any solid plans. I'm not even sure we have a venue yet for that event. So keep tuned here, and we will update y'all when we have more information. But we'll definitely have something fun cooked up just because that event is really just to get people together and enjoy the game together. It's not anything competitive. All right, on to our main topic, Akon, the Aftermath. So guys, I know you just got back into town. Did you all go for the entire event? All 4 days? Or even, I guess, 5 if you get there early to see the preview show on Wednesday.
Yes, Wednesday night.
Brian and I got there with Jazz and Alex and Wellner on Wednesday. The only like individual that we ended up hanging out with the whole time that beat us there was Jake Bennington of Goon Hammer, and I kept joking with him the entire time and calling it Go On Hammer. He's a Go On Hammer writer.
Yeah.
But he has come out, or we have crossed paths with Jake previously, made sure that we ended up at conventions together, and he returned the favor since like we have gone out to Nova and stuff like that to come to our event, as well as check out Adepticon himself. And I think he was impressed. And he left before us. So I think like it all works out. Like there was a bit of hoity-toity, like I was here earlier, you know, but
he met us, and then that was the gateway to meeting Gerard, who he shared an Uber with to the airport. So he traded up.
Fair. You know what? Fair. I won't even argue that point. Well, that's very cool. It's awesome to be able to go the whole event. I know in past years, I have gone for either just the weekend or the whole entire week, but with like a few interruptions and just I don't know, trying to always get the full experience, but it's a long time to just be hanging out and playing. And when you're running events, as I'm sure not Brian, you've been running events now for 2 years, it eats up a lot of your planning and some of your sanity as you work your way into doing this stuff.
Oh yeah.
Zach,
I love it though.
You were missed this year.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I would have loved to be there. It is a real blast, but other trip this year during the same month. So just swinging, travel costs and hotel and everything is
Totally
a little bit too much.
We were actually blown away that Zach made it up, and I know that's kind of what we're segueing into, but we thought for sure with little Leon so recently entering the picture that he wouldn't be able to make it. But
with a 2-month-old at home, you might be able to hear on Mike now. He been doing pretty well, so I was able to take a couple days away to come out for the weekend, and the tournament came out on Friday night.
Yeah, even if it's just for the couple days or one day, even it's worth a look. There's a lot you can do in just one day. Like if you're not playing in a big tournament or something, you can just like pop in, day pass, and just see the whole con. And that's a perfectly valid way to experience Adepticon.
Yeah, community shout out to the moms and wives.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, for sure. The wags of Underworlds. So the overall con, it sounds so a bit of a varied attendance, but what all did you guys get up to at the con besides Underworlds? Anything that was particularly memorable, super fun? I imagine your Titanicus event is probably one of the highlights for you, Brian.
Yeah, so we weren't able to make it into the preview. It was absolutely mobbed. The line was going down the stairs and everywhere. But we instead got a classic board game of Quantum in at the hotel lobby. And
I almost had to say, how dare you?
A classic of Catan. I mean, it is a classic, but...
This is true, but I wouldn't bring that and teach everybody Catan.
I just had to trigger him. So, we got to play Quantum in the hotel lobby and watch the insane previews of crazy cog forts that have me buzzing with conversion ideas. And then, but Wednesday night really is just the preview. There's very few other things, mostly courses and classes. But otherwise, most people arrive Friday night and then Saturday is mobbed. So Thursday is actually the secret chill night where you get to do a bunch of fun events and it's not totally swamped and trying to deal with crowds when you go out to eat.
Fair.
So Thursday was a ton of fun. We just got to, well, I'll let Skylar explain the gauntlet that he ran through, but I got to walk the con with Alex and Wellner, and Wellner was joining Skylar, I think, a bit. But we walked the con, and then my Thursday night Titanicus event was the one that I was running it. I got some great co-pilots that helped me on the other nights while I'm at the Grand Clash. But this time I was thrilled because I've always been trying to fight for a space for my event, for this Titanicus event. And they put us right in front of the Terminator this year, front and center, main hall, GW hall, and
straight up the premier spot.
Yeah. So plenty of attention,
all the photo ops.
Absolutely. So that's always fantastic because everybody stops by and wants to see what's going on. So learned some lessons, relearned some lessons. The event went well. Can't wait to implement those changes and relearned lessons into next year. And it went really well. And then not only with the Terminator, but this was a really cool feature is they have a statue of a Stormcast Eternal that they stand beside the Terminator. Oh. That thing is sick.
Finally putting a little shine on the Age of Sigmar there.
Yeah,
and not just a little, like the eyes light up and everything.
Oh,
Yeah.
it was
wow.
Yeah.
big, bright blue flickering eyes.
I haven't
Is
seen
so
any
sick.
pictures of that yet. I'll have to
And
go.
it's not it's one of the from the starter box, one of those axe wielding void eyed guys.
Oh, sure. The ones that are like keeping, or they like, it's like, oh, these guys have become too
Ultra
messed
PTSD.
up, so now we have to send them back to be reforged, kind of thing.
Yeah, where the dudes have been through one too many reforgings and they're just kind of in death I still serve.
Battlefield executioners.
Yeah. So that was Thursday, and then Friday, Skylar and I co-piloted a Space Hulk team again.
Nice.
We asked for hard mode, and if you played Space Hulk, basically the operator, the DM, was being extremely cagey with the Tyranids, so that we couldn't just like storm through and ace it like we did last year. So we had to be a little cagey, which was interesting because in order to draw him out so that we had an easier time, we kind of had to like turn aside so that our rear was showing and vulnerable. So he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna race up and get them." Like they're not gonna have enough action points to deal with this and the threat in front, kind of a thing. And they were like, "Gotcha." But hard mode did mean that we only made it out with 2 out of 5 of our guys, so
Which was
great.
Perfect. It's what we wanted.
Yeah.
Like we had a flawless run last time around and just kind of like made a parade of it. And it was like, no, this time, like we want to lose units, and it was
Knockdown, drag out fight.
Absolutely. I think it's funny that we were like, we want hard mode, and they were like, all right, you're getting Blood Angels then.
We got Dark Angels.
Oh, Dark Angels. Not all vampiric. Right.
Yeah. But they give us because they have a plasma cannon which could blow up in everybody's face. So we even like teased that, so if he wanted to have us like hazard risk the plasma cannon. And we actually ended up not using it a whole lot.
No, we didn't.
Too risky. Can't do that.
Too tactical for it.
Too risky.
Too kaboomy. That's really cool. I did get to see you guys doing that last year just to check out what was sort of going on around the con. And my recollection was that they had 2 or 3 tables of like setup to make like a full terrain setup of the interior of the Space Hulk.
You basically walk up and the entire table is subsumed with 3D printed corridors. So it looks like, am I seriously looking at the internals of a ship right now? And it's basically, but it was 6 compartmentalized Space Hulk boards. So you're all working towards the same objective, but you're all kind of like at far-flung edges of the Space Hulk, working your way to the escape helicopter kind of a thing.
Right. Yeah. So, I mean, just to highlight, like, it is, yes, they're playing Space Hulk, and I'm sure many people have played the Space Hulk board game, but like, it is people going above and beyond to like full immersion, full experience for everything that you do at Adepticon. So,
absolutely. And really, those folks are Basement of Death. I want to make sure I get their name out there. Yes. They have Troy, the guy that it feels like he's kind of the lead, but it's 3 good friends. I know Troy has a podcast as well.
It's 3 brothers. It's Troy, John, and
even better. There you go.
B something. It's not Brian.
I thought it was Paul, but
Paul. I'm wrong. Yeah, Troy, Paul, and John, and they're 3 brothers. They have a 4th brother, and but he's running like Trench Crusade stuff. And I think Troy was kind of the charismatic face type from A-Team, where he's takes the lead. But they all DM it together, and it's a ton of fun. And now we've done it 3 years, so
definitely look at pictures if you're listening. It's totally worth looking at pictures. And if you want me to paint one for you, and you're a board gamer, the Nemesis board game is a good parallel. Just imagine that 3D printed to the nines.
3D printed to the nines with fiber optic cables woven through the floor grating, so that there's like pulsing cables beneath your feet as your characters. And there's also lights. There's little blipping radar pings, so that if you don't know what the threat is down the hallway because it's around a corner, there's just this pulsing like radar beacon. And then flickering flames for when you use the flamethrower. And there's also like they use smoke events, like steam vents, just like, like Star Wars. So good.
It's so good. If you can't tell, it's left an impression. We've done it 3 times or 3 years in a row. So we love it.
Got to be a winner then.
Yeah.
Very cool. Any other highlights? It sounded like maybe you had something else that you were also doing, Skylar?
Yeah. So this year, I think is going to stand out in memory forever as like a carved out, unique year of Adepticon. Oh my gosh. So I was in essentially 7 events or 7 event/demos. So I'm just going to list those off for people because I just think it's so cool. I'm a serial like enjoyer of games, and I always just want to sample as much as I can. And I haven't had a year of Adepticon like that in a long time, and I wanted it to be this year and executed. So I got to try out Malifaux 4th edition, a game that left quite the impression on me called Malediction. I got to try out Floor Scale Titanicus, which was Brian's event. And that was awesome. I got to try out a war game called Saga. Obviously Space Hulk, with Basement of Death again. Corvus Belli's Aristea. And then we obviously had the Underworlds, right? The Grand Clash for that, but that was Saturday. And once dice, were down for the final 4th round, I then had to drive 40 minutes to a hospital to go meet my new nephew.
Yeah.
So
that's probably going to be a unique experience. You're probably not going to have that happen every Adepticon.
Yeah. So absolutely, just imprinting this year directly into my brain. It just had so much to it that made it unique. Jake joining us, 5 of us being able to kick it off from the start, and for us to all tackle so much, and wrapping it up with Underworld's the thing that kind of all brought us together. Like, that feels great. But yeah, shout out to my brother and his new son, Ziggy. So it was they only wanted a few people in the hospital. So her parents were allowed to come and meet the kid, and he wanted me to come. When he told me too, he was like, "Yeah, we have the induction date for the 26th." I was like, "Oh, bummer." I was like, "I'll be at Adepticon," and he's like, "Yeah, but like, you'll still come, right?" And I was like, yes,
twist
yes.
that knife." Yes, so
absolutely, I'll be there. So the first thing I did when I got there, though, was I grabbed a mask. I was like, I even messaged before I
choice.
left. Yeah, I was like, "Hey, just to double check, you still want me there, right? Like, when I get there, I'll toss a mask on." But like, I've been around thousands of people in a convention setting. Like,
yeah, thousands of people who probably don't think twice about like germs and stuff.
yeah. So that all worked out great.
Very cool. I know you said you arrived pretty late. Zach, did you just play Underworlds, or did you get to see anything else while you were at the con?
Just played Underworlds. When I showed up, I walked in on a 2v2 Malediction game that I was very impressed by, and so much so that I ended up buying my own starter set without even having tried.
Oh, all right. Good impression.
Yeah,
Very
we got
cool. Maybe I'll
new nickname for Doonhammer Jake. He's now Grandpa.
Yeah, despite my tutor being Grandpa on my team, I still won.
Yeah, Ryan crushed.
Gore Hulk still Gore Hulk.
Well,
that's a really good game. I think 5 of us went home with Malediction.
There was a ton of copies. It was selling hotcakes, honestly.
I'm just going to have to pull up a little bookmark here to go look at that and see what that's all about.
Extremely, Doom Eternal?
Oh, is it really?
It's like all hell.
Yeah, that's the aesthetic, the terrain and everything for sure.
Feels very board gamer. Feels like that sort of aesthetic shows up a lot.
So, Zach, this is kind of your story to share, but you told me that you messaged our local Jared and said, "Yeah, so Skylar bought this game called Malediction, but Let me explain this to you. It has a ruler.
Skylar took a very big step. He's all grown.
Oh no,
The little boy is grown up.
he's using measuring sticks.
Yeah, he was just pulling out the measuring stick in the hotel room, measuring everything in there too. He was real excited.
Very nice. Very nice. Well, cool. Sounds like a blast. Sounds like I missed a lot, which is always unfortunate. And I'm sure Davey will feel the same way. He was, just doing his family vacation thing in Canada, with the fam doing their spring break, which is going to be a forever problem because spring break will always be at Adepticon time. It will never not be at Adepticon time. So
Actually,
is Adepticon moving again?
It is
April 7th to 11th.
Oh man. Well, okay.
2027, April 7th, 11. There you have it.
Huh. Wonder. All right, whatever. Not going to
You
question.
got no excuses now. It's not
same
in the same month.
same venue, same city,
Same venue.
We're not.
Same venue. Yep.
All right.
it's gonna be so weird for it to not be in March, like you promised, but here we are.
Hey, I'll take it. I'm fine.
So
with it. Be a
all
little
of
warmer.
Skylar's marathoning different games fits Jason's energy, and I think Jason, your daughter's birthday won't be moving. So
True.
see
All right.
you there.
So it sounds like we have Battle Mallet visiting us for the next one.
Oh,
Done deal.
okay.
Let's do it.
Has to happen, right?
Yeah, must.
Okay, cool. Well, as it turns out, when you don't go to Adepticon, you miss out on all the news. Speaking of news, I know you guys didn't actually attend, but the preview show, I know, Brian, you mentioned Cogforts, but they did actually talk a little bit about Underworlds.
They did indeed.
Thoughts and feelings about the new Warband reveal?
I mean,
Okay,
Skylar's happy.
somebody-
They're pointy ears.
Well,
Just
yeah,
somebody else go, because I'll just sit here and gush.
Elves. We got more elves.
Blind
Yeah.
Archer trope check marked.
super check marked. I really love that we're getting a new Underworld's pet.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know what it
I don't know
is.
what it is.
It's a fox of some sort.
Yeah.
But I'm down for more Underworld's pets. We can try to gin up some votes for best model of the year to be a little fox this time around.
This one's name is Zool.
Zool. All right.
So it's TZ. So
oh,
actual
sure,
sleeper
sure.
Zinch
Yeah,
warband.
probably. I mean, they are elves, so the falling to chaos is nothing new.
The preview article that came out alongside this says the twist is that Zool isn't a fighter; it's a token.
Yeah.
Spine fin back.
Exactly.
Get
Tell
out of
me
here.
more.
Get rid of him.
Here he is again.
Chaos faction.
I think this is like the best looking Underworld's like second edition faction period.
Worlds might have an argument there, but this is certainly up there for me.
I think it. Yeah. I mean, obviously, with anything, there's a lot of aesthetic tastes.
I mean,
some
of course,
people will be like, no, I think they look awful, but yeah, I think that's a very cool warband. I think Lumineth have a sweet aesthetic just in general, and like getting them again is cool. No tall hats this time, really, which is a little bit of a shame, but yeah.
And I'm just happy to be back to the point where it feels like a characterful warband instead of a unit of models for another game. Like
that's fair.
Yeah. We will, and Thanatech's Tithe, fits this as well. Like it feels like, at least 2 releases in a row feel like
Something
a warband again.
New, something unique.
Are you
cool.
talking shit about my gardeners?
Yeah, I am.
I mean, to be fair,
bastard.
they are mostly just regular old Nurgle demons. They
They're
don't-
perfect.
But
I
they
mean, I
are
felt-
really good Nurgle demons. So
Did you get it? He has a pot belly.
Yeah, I did get it.
I felt the same way about the Knives of Crone, where I felt like at first I was like, this is just a unit of like the new daughters here. It didn't feel like anything special. They've grown on me over time, but this right away like comes out and feels unique.
Very much so. I mean, there is supposed to be new Lumineth coming for Age of Sigmar. So, I mean, I guess it kind of ties in there, and maybe we'll see more of the same aesthetic. I think.
Oh, sure. And then I'm just totally wrong.
But for right,
but for right now,
yeah.
New Lumineth, are you talking about the Umbraneth?
Umbraneth?
Oh, it's like Dark Elves.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe.
Shadow Elves.
I think Lumineth's next AOS like book coming out.
Are they?
Yeah, I thought.
Oh, yes, that's right.
AOS
That's
is
right.
getting a few new books, and one of them was going to be Lumineth.
No, it is their new battle tome that came out last weekend or something. That's
Yeah.
got it.
Okay. So I mean that was my guess anyway. But I also have not been keeping up with Age of Sigmar, so
this warband's name is Thyriel's Zephyrites, by the way. I think we buried that lead. So
you know, all the elf warband names, I would never be able to remember them because they're all way too hard to figure out how you would pronounce them. So Zephyrites is what they will be known for forever, and I will never be able to know how to say any of their fighter names.
Totally fair. But that on that Spinefin comment, there is one of them with a lantern. So I mean, maybe this is just Soul Raid 2.0. Like,
I'll take that.
Let's do it.
Land Soul Raid. Here we go. Hey, you know what? Whatever they have to do to get that rule back in the game. Is he going to be a poisonous fox too? Let's hope not.
I mean, he probably just talks mad shit.
All right, I guess I should be specific. I should be careful there. Not poisonous, venomous.
Toxic. He's just got.
He's
toxic,
just toxic.
Like, he's just all full of put downs.
Yeah. Well, either way, I'm definitely glad to see a cool new looking warband. I have no idea how they're going to function. The article did not paint a very clear picture as to how their mechanics will work or what type of warband they'll be, other than that their mastery means
Whatever that means.
next to nothing.
Are they going to be 3-4 wounds, or is there one of them going to be 3 wounds?
Well, they are elves. I would guess the leader will be 4, and then the others will be 3.
Nah, because they've been like either 4 wounds each, like the knives, or they've been 3 4 wounds and 1 3 wounder.
Yeah, the knives have a 3 healther as well, don't they?
Oh, they do.
Siren
They
Knights
do.
got 4 4s.
They
right.
did. All right. Yeah.
With
It
the
feels like
cephalopod.
that's one of the things that definitely changed this edition. They kind of smoothed over like the identities that used to come along with stats. Like you'd see an elf release in first edition and you know exactly what that stat line would look like. Same with dwarves and whatnot.
Yeah. Which I think is for the best. Like they don't all have to be uniform. This game is not regular Age of Sigmar. Like the bodies aren't all the same profile. It can be vastly different, and that's okay. So I'm cool with it.
Elves, get in your box.
Yeah, definitely.
Elf hater here.
We will certainly be talking about that warband some more. I think it'll be interesting, if nothing else. So looking forward to that. I don't think there was anything else super revolutionary from the preview that's worth talking about.
Well, Brian's a huge 40K guy, so then 40K dropping in new editions.
Pretty sure there was nothing else worth talking about. Let's move on.
Moving on.
I mean, I'll be honest, that box set looks pretty boring from the outset, just because they only like showed off like we're updating Space Marines so that they look more like classic Space Marines. Yay!
We're going back to classic Space Marines.
Yeah, with the open mouth, like yeah.
Wow.
And then orcs are getting an update. Yay! Like cool for the old
there's
players.
Lots of people who are excited about that, but
I mean, yeah, they did this the last time with the new edition where they show the trailer, they tease the revamping of like they revamped a Terminator and they revamped Gaunts for Tyranids last year, and then later on at another event, I think at one of the GW Opens, they actually show the box contents.
Sure.
So this is a teaser for the new edition, but ultimately it looks like a whole bunch of updated models, not new units necessarily.
I think that's, for most of 40K, that's probably fine because there's a lot of units.
Especially Space Marines. My God.
Yeah. It's poor Space Marine.
These
players.
updated chaos, those, like, these guys are, like, I just dropped a bunch of money on Adepticon, and now GW is coming from my wallet again on Saturday with all the Chaos Space Marine updates.
They never relent. That's GW for you. Okay, cool. Anything else just overall from the con before we start talking Underworlds?
I mean, the event and everything around it was great again. Really love the venue change to Milwaukee.
Yeah.
All the restaurants around. We actually got into the, was it Thursday night's dinner? We went to the Covert, like, espionage restaurant and museum. That was great.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. They're like as far as like places to hit or like stands to make sure that you go to. There was the German beer hall. We went multiple times. If you want a really good brat, absolutely. They've got supposedly good beer. I'm allergic, so I'll die if I indulge.
Alex and I slammed several liters.
Even had free beer one night, so that was a good time.
Whoa.
Yep.
That's a dangerous thing to even attempt.
Free for some of us anyway.
It's free once the keg is tapped and once the keg is empty.
There was a coffee stand. So if you're at Adepticon next year in 2027 and you see a coffee stand for Stone Creek Coffee, go get yourself a vanilla latte. Oh my gosh, it was so good. It's like artisan coffee. They'll comb it in front of you and everything.
Yeah, they were sharing their hobby there too.
Yeah, cool. Always fun. Get a little bit of that gastronomical knowledge up in here. Always helpful.
Zoom.
Yeah, also helpful for people traveling because I bet plenty of people who know absolutely nothing about Milwaukee and they're just going to be like, well, this is close by and convenient.
And if you're willing to grab like an Uber or you drove there or anything like that, there's a Korean barbecue place that we've hit up 2 years in a row now. That's really good.
I got sick. I was so full. I was so full.
Oops.
What's the name of that place again, Brian?
Backstreet Barbecue.
Yeah, there you go.
Mm-hmm.
So it's about 8 minutes from the venue and by vehicle. So not bad.
And with massive tables, it's actually a really good spot to go after the con where most people aren't going to reach it.
Yeah, sure. Absolutely.
Cool. Good deal. Well, we are a Warhammer Underworlds podcast, and it would be remiss to not talk a little bit about Warhammer Underworlds. So there was a tournament, actually 2 tournaments technically, but it sounds like only Alex played in the pods.
Correct.
Yeah, from our crew. So pods was 3 folks, so small attendance, unfortunately. But Alex took his Coggers there. He's always torn. It's like, do I take Coggers to the main event, or do I take him to the side event? But you can bet yourself that he'll be taking Coggers
to one of them, yeah.
To at least one of them, yeah. So he won pods and has a trophy to go alongside his set of Coggers, so that's
very cool.
Really excited for him. So
yeah, it's
got that
tough.
Real sick trophy.
I feel like it's tough with pods just because like there's so much to do at Adepticon that playing in 2 Underworlds tournaments, people are just like, I'm already going to play a 2-day tournament. Do I really need another one?
Absolutely.
That should be said. We were also looking forward to Fish coming out for the event. And he would have been the double feature Underworlds guy. He was signed up for pods and for the Grand Clash. Unfortunately, he had a last minute family emergency and had to bail. Super sad.
Super unfortunate.
We were super looking forward to seeing him.
Well,
missed you, Fish.
There's always next
the family
year.
as well.
Yeah. Well, really cool to hear that went well for Alex. And I guess with 3, did they just do like round robin? Everybody play and best record?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. And
Very
I know
cool.
George of Path to Glory, he stopped by to just say hi to Pods or check in with the TO or something like that, and noticed the situation, had his Underworlds with him, and offered a pickup game to the person that was sitting out for a round.
Nice.
So yeah, they kind of were able to keep games going as a result of that.
Sweet.
So.
Well, the main event then, since you guys were not playing in Friday's pods, was a 2-day tournament. Sounds like things got a little hairy on this day 2 with pairings and stuff, but we're not really here to talk about the placings and all of that. We're just here to hear about your experiences. So let's start with, since we didn't have our lead up episode like we usually do, what were y'all playing and why? Let's start with Zach.
I ended up bringing the Skinnerkin with Blazing Assault and Deadly Synergy. Been jamming Skinnerkin games since they got re-released in the fall. Even through their slight nerf / side grade. So really enjoying collecting all my haunch, eating various other fighters, rats and ghosts are my favorite. So just I toyed with bringing Raging Slayers with them to try and take advantage of that free crit.
Yeah.
Ultimately found that the objectives in there are stinky.
Yeah.
So pivoted back over to my old reliable Blazing Assault.
I found a warband that I think works with them. I did, but we'll talk about that later.
All right. So you said Blazing Assault and
Deadly Synergy.
Deadly Synergy. Oh,
Yep.
sure. Yeah.
They want flanked kills, so why not increase your flank bubble?
Yep. Totally makes sense. And, just some generally good cards in that deck. So very cool. I guess we can get to that later. Was there any other decks that were in consideration, or was it just those 3?
Pretty much just those 3. I don't think, they don't die quick enough to really take advantage of some of the, like, everybody's charged from Reckless Fury. They do not like holding. They want to be getting haunch and healing all game. So you want to be swinging as much as you can.
Yeah, and accuracy is a pretty important thing for getting haunch too. So makes sense. Bring all the accuracy boosts, determined effort and such. Very nice. All right, Brian, what were you sticking with old reliable, or did you break out something new?
Yeah, my love is for the Gardeners right now. I'm happy with what I accomplished, taking them to Worlds, but I just really feel like nobody's playing them like I am. A couple people are taking a run at them with Nexus of Power, and I gave it a look-see, and I think I got something better. And maybe I'm just steeped in my own sauce of pillage and doing the delving and madness there. But I wanted to just continue to keep having that deck pairing showing up. Congrats to the Godsworn Gamer who got second place at Warhammer World. But give my spice a try, and feel free to try that deck out. But yeah, I just wanted to go ahead, and I knew that was going to be what I could compete with best. I've been dabbling with Commandoras, and been having fun with that. But I certainly wasn't prepared or practiced, and wanted to just continue with Gardeners.
Yeah, I feel like the detail that's being left out here is the whole we're dads now. He's like, I am gonna bring something I'm at least decently practiced in versus
something brand new that I would only have baby brain to practice with.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, like every time I set up, I was just like, I could tell I was making Gardeners like objective placements, and I'm like, I need to completely shift gears out of that. So I'm so steeped in the Gardener sauce that I didn't want to bother breaking out.
No, why change it? It's a good sauce. And Skylar, what are you doing? Something elfy, right?
Something with pointy ears. So so I've been told it's all above board as a result. And that was Zandara's Gravebakers.
Very cool.
I adore that warband. They I think they're the like best fully realized warband from the first edition of the game. Like they were dripping with the most theme brought into the mechanics, and I loved them when they came out. And I've been enjoying them this edition too. It's not the first time I've brought them out to play. I think they're a blast here. Like before, you were delving and moving tokens around in first edition. Like they'd scoot the feature tokens whenever they'd move. Like it would move it out of the way, and so like that was its own thing. And like you could play them with Fearsome Fortress and have a blast and all that. But here, the card draw is addicting.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I also just like I like having a like knife's edge sort of ask of me as a player. And by that, I mean, like I brought Emberstone and Pillage along with this warband. And I made, instead of grabbing like the, one of the surges in Pillage, I was doing this because I wanted to run something like Supremacy. And it's like, that's a bit crazy because, those zombies, like, they fold like paper. And as soon as 3 of them are dead, then it's just up to the 2 lovers to hold it down, because even though you're bringing the zombies back, now they're worth 0. They can't help with Supremacy. Yeah. But I love that, like, and like the hard decisions it presents on the table as well. As soon as your opponent kills a fighter, whether it be a zombie or one of the lovers, they turn on your card draw, and so it's like I love playing that hold game style with them and being like, yeah, like they're going to sit here and work for me unless you do something about this. But if you do something about this, like be ready for me to have all the tools I brought with.
That's super cool. What deck did you pair with them? Besides Emberstone, did I just miss it?
Yeah, that's okay though. It was Emberstone and Pillage.
Oh, Pillage. Okay. So you and Brian, Emberstone, Pillage.
Well, it's an addicting combination.
It is. It is. There's a lot of fun to be had there. So nobody on the new hotness, no Nexus. But to be fair, like you said, all new deads.
Dead brain.
I was kind of scared of it at first too, because it just very much so feels like anti-hold. Like, it's not that to its core. Where like you can still play Nexus of Power if there's a hold deck across the table from you, but if there is a hold deck across the table from
doesn't hurt.
It's an uphill battle for the hold player, because everything they're doing starts feeding into all your scoring. So that was actually a fun part of the challenge as well. I got a few reps just through a local league in advance, and was able to make the decision. You know what? I think I can understand, or I got enough of a handle on the Nexus of Power scoring that I could like make my delves smart and make my positioning smart enough to like try to counter it. So it's a fun puzzle. It's a bit oppressive, but it's fun.
Yeah, fair. So anything that you'd like to shout from the actual tournament itself? Any fun opponents? Any particularly memorable matches? I guess if you feel so inclined, placements. I don't think it is the main focus usually when we're playing in tournaments, but if that is something you'd like to do, by all means.
I have an apology to make.
Oh, all right. That's not the direction I was expecting this to go.
Apology accepted, Brian.
No. Beat your butt fair and square. I've been looking for a fellow Gardeners player, and we encountered one at the Grand Clash. Ben, as you said, newer player, picked up Gardeners. He was running Nexus and Emberstone. I apologize because he ran into our local, who have all been training against my Gardeners.
Oh, I see.
Who through our experiences and my talking with them about what I love about Gardeners and my own divulging of how they work, all knew how to take down Gardeners, and he encountered all of that.
Oh boy. Was he? So I feel like every year there's always somebody who likes to play like all of Madison. That's like
Oh.
just their job
I think it was
for the tournament.
Wellner, Zach, and Skylar did.
Yep. And
Oh,
Alex
boy.
played them in pods on the other day.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
my god. Well, here's to you, Ben. That's a lot.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
We went out to dinner after. It was good.
It's
Cool.
the warband I have the most practice against,
Mhm.
period.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's fair.
My
when
bad.
your practice partner only plays one thing. It's bound to be the thing you're best against.
I already made my apology. I'm not apologizing to Skylar.
I'm just on principle. I just won't apologize to Skylar.
And I'm just being a toxic fox.
Toxic fox. Oh boy. Any other cool moments, fun opponents, things that were unexpected? Any war bands that were unexpected?
Yeah, well, so one of the things that was unexpected, and Brian, I'd like to hear if you orchestrated this. So we had
Yes.
10 people signed up for the event, 11, but Fish had to drop. We were aware of 2 that were going to be late registering. That was Jazz and Zach. So we were looking at 12 for our numbers for the event, which is actually, sad to see from like a numbers standpoint. That's a decline instead of growth, right? But the surprise, the cool thing is all of a sudden Jimmy and Gerard are playing with us this year, and I didn't expect that, and I love those 2. And I was curious if I know Brian talked to them the day before, if you had any influence in that.
I'm gonna say yes, because they definitely like overnight shipped their Underworld stuff to Adepticon in order after I convinced them.
Are you serious right now?
Dog.
Really?
No. Toxic Fox achieved, I guess. No, they we just didn't with so much conversations and dad brain, I hadn't reached out beforehand. But yeah, Gerard hit me up. He's like, "Hey, we're over at the Middle Earth team tournament," and they were running like Ents in Middle Earth, and they're like, "Yeah, we'll be at the Grand Clash." I was like, "Sick!" I didn't even realize. So no, I did not orchestrate that, but love those 2. They always are a dynamic duo, and it's such a fun duo because Gerard is such a slender man and very eloquent with a what we trashy Americans would call an eloquent accent, and Gerard, in my mind, he's way smarter than this, but he always strikes me as like a Jersey bro, and the 2 of them side by side is such a combination that I find the contrast so fun. And there's no diminishment to Jimmy, but Jimmy and Gerard, every time you see them, they're a blast to talk to, hang out with, and lovely to play against.
Absolutely.
Yeah, they're phenomenal individuals, and my highlight match from the weekend was actually being able to play Jimmy. So he was running Starblood Stalkers, with Emberstone and Nexus of Power.
Yeah.
Wait, was it Nexus?
It was.
Yep.
Yeah, it was.
That was Nexus.
And oh my gosh, that one went to 3. First game, everything went my way. Second game, everything went his way. And then third game, it was that, like, we even spoke about it, going into it. It was like, man, I really hope this next one, is somewhere in the middle there. It feels like that balanced match of wits. And we ended 17-17 tiebreakers, and he took it there.
Oh man.
It was exactly what we wanted it to be. It was an absolute blast.
That's pretty awesome. I am not surprised about that pairing with them. That feels like it would be really good for them. I don't know if it's as good as like any other choice they could make, but I think it is certainly one that feels like it was appropriate for the warband. So
Definitely.
very cool.
It gave me a real run for my money. We went to game 3 in ours as well.
He actually said that absolutely every match he went to 3.
Wow.
He said his brain was melting.
That is the absolute, like, it's awesome because it means you're having good matches, but it also is just like, no, this is like destroying me. Like getting to day 2, if you've had to play 3 games of every match, all of the for day 1, like you're just absolutely drained and have nothing left in the tank by the time you get to day 2. So that is unfortunate, but also kind of cool.
A couple other individuals there. So Ben was the Gardeners player, and we've already shouted Ben out, but we haven't shouted out Glenn. Glenn has been at least at the last 2 Adepticon Grand Clashes, if not more. So it's great to see Glenn year after year. The last time I faced him was in first edition against his Rippas. Last year he brought Borg at Spee Scrabbas, and this year I get the chance to play him again. Hadn't played him since Rippas. Rippas are back on the table.
Very nice.
So it was great catching up with Glenn, getting games with him. Unfortunately, I love like playing Zandaras against aggro. I think like they excel at that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I agree with you there. I think they have good tool set for dealing with folks who just want to run at them.
Absolutely. And then I also got to and this is one of those, like, I'm going to butcher the pronunciation thing, but I got to play against Raphael Volodymyr.
He was in the final?
I'm probably close there.
Yep.
Yeah. He was the one who won the first Nottingham like Warhammer World event for second edition.
Oh, cool.
So he had the first ever like alt art board that was ever given out. In fact, he even had said, like, at the time, like, he didn't know, nobody knew that those were coming in the organized play kits, right? So he thought he just had something like solely uniquely special.
Like, no one else is ever going to have this.
Yeah.
That's cool.
It was a pleasure playing against him as well. I wish so much so that he wasn't my first match of the day.
Ooh, yep. Nothing like getting paired into a almost champ right away in the beginning of the tournament.
So not only, is like, does that set you up, immediately for this to be like full throttle, brain burner of a match, push yourself as hard as you can. But if I would have told you, or if I would have been asked, going into Adepticon, what one warband do I not want to play against while I'm there, I would have said Spike Claw's Swarm. And
really?
That is what I got to play against.
Interesting.
Yeah. So, I mean, the double confusion means that they're going to be...
Yep.
Okay. Means that they're going to be better at Emberstone than you. And better at, like... the objective for 3.
Strip the realm. Yeah.
Strip the realm.
Strip as well. I mean,
both.
To be real.
Yes.
Yeah. So I think that, they're top tier in that Emberstone or Pillage game plan. But then for me as well, they're only hitting for 1, and like, I want you to take hits at my zombies and incidentally kill them, right? And so for most people, they come in with an attack against my zombies and try to move them. They're killing them, and they're starting my engine. Here, he's able to walk up and just politely push them off, and I'm like, no, I need that,
boy.
So very, very tough match. And Brian and I don't know if this is a new dad thing. Zach, I'd be curious if you ran into this as well, but we couldn't sleep at all. Like, the hotel room beds were bad, the room was humid, and the beds were just bad because they're like firm and they're not your bed, right? And then I just felt like I was still on baby time. Like, I was just waking up all the time. I was just drained, starting that first day. I think that was my worst morning was the one I started there, but that's okay.
Yeah, the beds weren't awesome, but I don't know. It didn't feel like baby brain. It just felt like I miss my bed.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Usual hotel bed.
Yeah. As always, I mean, I feel like that's all travel. It's just like, yep, I'm not getting a good night's sleep. That's fine. I'll deal with it. It's just for a couple of days.
Yeah.
Anything you'd like to shout, Zach? Or
we had one other newer player named Riley coming out from somewhere in Nebraska, playing Borgit's Beast Grabbers.
Okay.
So it was really fun to get a couple games with him. And shout out to him. Our first game, he kind of charged in, and I was like, "Oh, perfect! I can just counter punch him, smack him, get that hunch," and felt pretty good. And then the second game, he like dug all that, went, "Okay, I'm going to change up what I'm doing," and came down to one glory at the very end. I think I hit a drive back for an out muscle score, and that was the difference. So,
wow,
fantastic job for him. And then the other thing I want to shout out. Second day, Jazz and I took a true tie, which I had yet to do this edition. So that was
true tie.
Yeah.
And for those unfamiliar with how you have to get there, like there's another tiebreaker since last edition. So it's not just, hey, is somebody tabled, right? No models on the board. It's like, oh, okay, there's still models on both sides. Let's move on. Okay, who's holding more total value in treasure? Well, I walked over to that board. None of them were standing on treasure. And so it was like, oh, snap. There's a third tiebreaker this year, or, in this edition. And it's whoever has the most bounty on the table. And I looked at the board and I went, well, one of you two have two models on the board. I was like, so I'm pretty sure there's a winner here. And Jazz chimed up with, no, I resurrected one of them. They're like, that one's 0. It's 1-1, right?
Wow. I don't. Yeah, actually, now that you mention it, I don't think I've had a true tie in this edition either. That's neat. That's cool.
Yeah.
What was Jazz playing?
Mollog.
Oh, okay.
Oh, she was
at a squig back. Yeah.
Happy to be back into it too.
Yeah, I bet.
Mm-hmm.
Getting just bopping everybody. I haven't seen anyone play Mollog since the update. How did that? Did you? Well.
He
how did it feel?
Still.
He still bonked good.
Oh yeah,
he's still bonk.
That first round, he does the surrounded next to the squigs, which gives him some seed glory, so that he can slap those accuracy upgrades on for the second 2 rounds.
Sure, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. I was glad for that change. I think it feels more appropriate to have to make that choice, and glad to hear it didn't like suddenly cripple him. Well, very cool. Now, I wasn't there, so I'm just trying to make sure I had this right from all the chats. It was not a day 2 cut. It was just like a full Swiss for 7 rounds.
Well.
Okay. Well,
it was
maybe it's
both worlds.
The worst of both worlds. Great. That's what we love to hear. Is it even worth trying to explain?
What I'll say is it wouldn't be a Adepticon Grand Clash if the brackets weren't messed up in some way.
You know what?
BCP things.
BCP does not handle top cut.
No, it doesn't. Well, that's unfortunate, but to your point, it has happened pretty much every year. So I suppose it is to be expected at this point.
Yeah.
I will shout out our TO Hogan, who I thought handled it pretty well. Just, he went over and did everything he could to try and figure out, what's going on, what can we do to fix it, and then explain to us what the result of that was. So
yeah,
good job, buddy.
Here's my decision. I know this sucks. Deal with it.
Mm-hmm.
Which that did lead to an interesting moment for me and George in our match, because I think it was match 2 of day 2.
Mm-hmm.
And we sat down, we rock up and we're like, I don't think this is correct. He's like, no, BCP is saying it's correct. And I brought it up to them and BCP said, no, send it. And we're like, all right, sending it. And so we started playing, and I had like 2 surges in hand, but I drew into 2 more. So I had 4 glory up onto his 1 maybe. And then Hogan comes around and says, sorry, BCP's wrong. These aren't correct. So, hold off. We're gonna resort. And I'm like, oh, okay. So like we knew we all saw that the bracket wasn't correct. So we start shuffling, and then Hogan comes back. No, it was correct. Resume your game. and we had already started shuffling our stuff, and we're like,
Oh my goodness.
oh no. So then I was like, do we want to try and like rebuild our hands? And of course not. So because that would have been a lot. So then
Yeah.
we rock up again. I draw 2 surges. I'm like, maybe there's a chance. And sure enough, I got 4 glory up again. And he's like, that at least feels like the universe is letting you have it. And I was like, yep. And it went well for me that match. So then we rock up for the 3rd match, and I was like, okay, it can't possibly go again. Go better. And there was an offer for cut and no cut, and I drew 3 surges, and I was like, oh boy. So
perfect. Yeah.
That reminds me though, if we get a survey for the event, I want to make sure that I shout out how good Hogan was. I think he's one of the best TOs we've seen at.
Yeah, he was a younger guy, but very on it.
Yeah, exactly.
Very cool.
Yeah.
So I have one sort of final question that I really wanted to get to, but is there anything else about the tournament as a whole, or anything about your guys' experience in the tournament that you wanted to shout before we moved on?
I would be remiss to not bring up that I did have a repeat opponent over the event, and that was our dear Wellner, the mad scientist. So I had to play Exiled Dead 6 times.
Nope. I'm walking away.
And our mutual record is 3-3.
Of course.
So I took the first set and he took the second. And that's, the first one is when you're competing for seed, for that day 2. So that second set, that was the one to win. And he did. And that ends up tossing him into 3rd place for the event. So very well done.
Very nice. I really haven't heard of or seen too much of anybody playing Exiled Dead, and super kudos to Wellner for sticking to his favorite warband and piloting them exceptionally all the time. So real cool. I honestly should go back to playing my Stalkers for the same reason, but I just haven't been able to kick playing around with the dogs.
Oh yeah.
Very cool.
That's a good problem.
Yeah, it's a good problem to be having fun. All right. Well, if there's no other thoughts about the tournament, I knowing that all 3 of you in very short succession all became new dads, and this is the first time being at Adepticon as new fathers, I just wanted to end this pod with any sort of perspective changes that you've had, or any sort of like thoughts about just gaming and Adepticon in general that you feel like maybe have changed now that you are fathers.
I feel like I've been a mic hog. Somebody else jump in here.
I figure since Zach's has had the least time as a dad, I'll go ahead and go first if Skylar won't. But I wouldn't necessarily say it's changed anything. Adepticon is always something that I've wanted to eventually share with my kids. And then my kid's been a boy, so I feel like I have an easier road in with that rather than like if I were to have a little daughter princess. But
we'll see.
We'll see. We'll see how it all pans out. But the only thing is that you do look at different events in terms of like what would be accessible to the younger ages. So it'll be interesting from that perspective. Space Hulk would definitely be one that I'm like, oh, they would find that so cool. My Titanicus event, I'm like, once they are trusted not to go stomping around like Godzilla amongst the Titans, then I'm absolutely going to try and have my kid pilot my Titan. That would be a ton of fun.
I mean, those Titans are big enough. You could probably just like put him in the Titan, right?
Dude, you could not
literally
have a kid
just
stand still like that for 4 hours.
You just have him pilot the thing. Get inside, make little animatronics, make it
Yeah,
work.
but he's going to knock over somebody else's Titan when he has to scratch his butt or pick his nose. But yeah, just looking at like, ooh, that'd be fun. Ooh, that'd be fun. And, it'll take like probably 10 years before we're really at that point. But yeah, I saw other people with their kids walking around. I thought I'd hear a phantom cry, and then it was some other kid cry. So yeah, it's just a thing. I'm excited that it's still going on. I'm excited it's closer now, and can't wait to incorporate the family. One thing that was really sweet is I've gotten some pictures with Mini Wargamer Dave, and he's such a character that when I started out in the hobby, I saw a lot of his videos with Mini Wargaming, and I actually got my rage face where I was taking a photo with Mini Wargamer Dave, and we had the big Warhammer weapons. I ended up using that as my profile picture for my online dating when I was working nights, couldn't get out there, and that's the same profile that my wife Brenna met me through, and that was I made that my front and center profile picture so that they knew right away that they were going to have to deal with a Warhammer hobbyist, so that was not hidden. And last year at Adepticon, my wife and I got a picture with Mini Wargamer Dave. He knows the story about how we met and all that, so I can't wait for the day where I can get a picture with myself, Brenna, and my son Victor, and Mini Wargamer Dave doing the rage faced.
Very cool. Bring it full circle.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. I'll jump in. For me, I had a complete attitude shift for this one. Coming into it a little tired too.
Yeah, but I believe it.
It was. This is something that Brian and I have talked about. When the kid goes down to sleep, and we're like, I don't know how long I have. There are things I want to get done, right? Then it's amazing what you can get done in 30 minutes, 60 minutes, whatever that time is. And you think, I probably only got 30 minutes, and you're just pushing to get everything done. And then you're like, oh, kid's still asleep. And so you just keep pushing, and you just feel so productive. Zach, I'm not sure if you can relate, but that is definitely an exchange Brian and I have had. It just feels like you find the time more precious.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And
when you can get something done, it feels all the more better.
Yeah. And that's how I felt at Adepticon this year, just in general. I was like, this is that break, right? And the time is that much more precious. Mm-hmm. And so I did the marathon of I want to sample all of these games because I've been wanting to, some of these for a long time. And I wanted to just soak in as many moments as I could. And I think one of the reasons why it'll stand out is not the quantity, the amount of things I did, but the fact that it's retuned me to feel, at least at this moment in time, to feel to be in the moment a little bit more and really appreciate it as it's happening. So I was really soaking in each moment because it was everything just feels so much more condensed when I have free time.
Yeah.
It's a bit hard to describe, but that's there's that feeling. And then the other flip of the attitude change, if you will, is, in former years, we'll test ourselves really hard, ahead of Adepticon. We'll get really excited about, the warband we're running, the deck pairing that we want to run. Our picks, the warbands that we always bring have always been passion picks. It's, we've never picked something because it was the meta, right?
Yeah.
But we would still test ourselves against what we perceive the meta to be and against each other, and try to have steel sharpening steel to see how far we could push ourselves then in the Grand Clash at Adepticon, while also being, the best sports that we could be. This is the first year that I didn't do that. It was I grabbed a warband that I am passionate about and I have a blast playing. But it was more important to me to just be playing at Adepticon and playing a warband that I liked playing. And if I netted out, performing well, awesome. If I didn't, then at least I got to play something I was enjoying. I even had some local friends stop by during the first day and we were 2 rounds deep, and they're like, "How's it going? Like, how are you doing?" And I said, "I'm doing great. I'm playing Sandaras." And they responded, or one of them responded back with, "Wait, look at you." And not being results based, you wholesome jerk, or something like that.
Very nice.
Yeah, so that's what I would say. You know, it's just kind of like this condensed, like, time is precious, feeling throughout. And I missed home. I like that was weird too. I don't think I've missed my wife more. Like, obviously I miss her every time, but I definitely was feeling it.
Fully agree.
Say
something extra, you know, just missing the family more this year than in the past. There's more of them to miss.
Indeed. Yeah. So there we have it.
Yeah, I'm gonna echo both of them. I'm super pumped to see, you know, future holds for going out to Adepticon, bringing kids out, even just to, you know, root Papa on for a match or two, or, you know, one day hopefully, like Davey and Emmett, just go and compete together. That would be sick. And then not sure if I was even going to make it out. I've been just kind of focusing on, you know, coming out to league nights, just playing something I'm enjoying, rather than like, okay, I think this is the top thing, or like, this is the top thing that I enjoy. What am I enjoying the most? Bring that, take the time to make sure that, you know, I'm actually enjoying it and going to enjoy it for 2 straight days of, you know, 25 plus games. So
yeah. Might as well make sure you're going to have a good time while you're playing all those games. Well, very cool. I wanted to ask that question just because I know for so many folks, it is usually a big philosophical shift for people, and being able to appreciate life in a different way because you are now responsible for a life. And was curious, and it sounds like there was a lot of really cool thoughts and feelings about the con this year, and I will be looking forward to sort of being able to see all of your journeys as you experience them alongside you. So appreciate sharing, and really appreciate hearing about you guys' experience, getting to sort of live the con a little bit here through you, because I couldn't make it this year. And I hope all of our listeners got to have that same experience as well. Any final thoughts for this episode before we close things down?
No excuses next year.
Yeah,
Phil,
no.
Davey, Jason, Battle Mallet.
Get everybody.
See you there.
Get everybody to show up. We'll see. About a year from now, we'll know if that's going to come to fruition. If there's nothing else, you can always reach out to us if you want to talk more about our experiences at Adepticon or anything else, really. You can head over to our Discord. Feel free to chat with us there, or you can shoot us an email at whatthehexcast@gmail.com. Thanks to GW for sending us preview copies for everything throughout forever, but also just just good to remember to thank them, and then also our patrons, folks who just donate a little bit here and there to help support the show. We don't expect it from anybody, but it's greatly appreciated for everybody who does. Helps keep the lights on for us, keeps the subscriptions going for all of our software and stuff. So super appreciative to everybody. Coming up next, we don't really have a plan right now, knowing that there's another warband coming. Maybe it'll be something with them, but if they are not up yet by the time we are recording next, we have plenty of other options. We can go dig through some past ideas that we've kicked around. So
yeah, after a big con preview like this, you're never quite sure how quickly those reveals come around.
Sometimes it's like, hey, stuff's coming, and then it's like, that's 3-4 months from now.
Hopefully sooner, but yeah, you never know. But we will find out. But one thing I can guarantee is coming up very soon is a quiz for all of you, which I'm sure you are all very well prepared for, as you've had so much free time, as we were just discussing, and have memorized all of the flavor texts for all these cards. So y'all ready?
Always and never.
Oh, wow. I thought I was just going to get complete crickets there. All right. So
Ask me a question, Bridgekeeper. I'm not afraid.
yes. I will just straight up start with a clue on this one. This is from Nexus of Power, just to narrow things down for you guys, because really I could have picked anything for this topic. This one is attributed to Traxia the Aegis. My thanks for keeping our prize warm. Now fall.
Well, it sounds like seized.
I was going to say claimed.
You'd be super correct at that first guess.
Ah,
Because it is seized.
Let's go.
For seizing the moment and appreciating the experience at Adepticon. We choose seized for today's episode. Good job getting that one in one, Zach.
Is Traxia one of the Thanatechs? I was like, who the
No,
heck is
that's
that?
No.
From Grizel.
The
Actually, it's
Arena Mortis.
lady.
which is like, of course, Zach got it.
Mm-hmm. I miss
Or not Arena Mortis. Jeez.
Arena.
Grisel's
Arena.
Arena. Yeah.
Oh.
Arena. Yeah, she's the one with the shield.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, she's the one who didn't get the memo.
Were we supposed? Oh, I see. Whoops.
Oh, we were dodging. Ooh.
All right. Your recommended listening for this episode is actually coming from Davey. While he is not here with us, he is here in spirit, and he suggests "Here It Goes Again" by OK Go. Bit of a callback. That's an old one, but cool video if you want to go check that out.
But a goodie.
For What the Hex, I've been Phil.
I've been Brian.
I've been Skylar.
I've been Zach.
And I shouldn't have taken a 13th objective.
Oh no.